Welcome to Sri Lanka BL6 webinar series. So this is the last subtopic of budgeting chapter. There I am going to explain you, or we are going to discuss with you, fixed versus flexible budget. Right? Fixed versus flexible budget. So before that, before this session, if you go back to our previous webinar sessions, we have gone through functional budget, master budget, and how do we prepare functional and master budget. Thereafter, forecasting techniques such as moving average method, regression calculation, right? Linear square method. So those we have gone through. So during today's topic, I am going to discuss with you what? Fixed and flexible budget. So examiner can again test nice question from this area, right? Relevant to the calculation as well as sometimes theoretical questions. So learning outcome for this subtopic is what? 2.9 in your study pack. Prepare and interpret the flexible budget and budget variance. So it is very important to understand for what learning outcome we are trying to discuss this. So and what learning outcome we are going to cover from this chapter or from this topic. Understanding that is really important. Otherwise we don't know, alright, මෙහෙම topic එකක් තියෙනවද, මේක අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේද, මේක study pack එක කොහෙටද link වෙන්නේ, all these things very important to understand, right? Fine. So there are two topics here, fixed budget and flexible budget. So we'll discuss fixed budget first and then we can move into what? Flexible budget. So fixed budget means, understand, before you start any financial year, so it is like this. Let's say normally you prepare budgets for 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021 for this financial year. Before you start this financial year, somewhere here you prepare budget. You prepare budget somewhere here, right? For this particular financial year, before you start operation on this date. April 1 operation පටන් ගන්න කලින් you prepare a budget. These are the numbers. These are the figures that I am going to achieve, that I am planning or targeting to achieve. This much of sales I am planning to achieve, this much of units I am going to produce, planning to produce. This will be my overhead. This is my capital expenditure requirement. All these things we will forecast budget. So this is called fixed budget. Fixed. So that is fixed. The meaning of fixed budget is once you prepare this, you will never change numbers of this budget. Actuals will definitely differ from what you have budgeted here. But according to actual changes, you are not going to change this. That is the meaning of fix. Fix nam fix ma thamai. You are not going to change it again. I venas kirili ne. Because of this issue, because you are not changing figures, there's a problem. What is the problem? The problem is you can't compare fixed budget versus actual. You can't compare. Can you compare? No. You can't compare fixed versus actual. Why? Let's say your actual output 7,000 units, whereas you have budget 10,000. How do you compare 10,000 versus 7,000? Very difficult. So fixed cost for 10,000 can be different from 7,000, but normally fixed cost remains unchanged. but variable cost change, selling price will be, sales value will be changed, direct material will be changed, production overhead cost will be changed, all this will be changed. Why? Because two different activity levels. Because we are not going to change this 10,000 units. It is very difficult to compare. Therefore, we require flexible budget for comparison purpose with this 7,000. To compare actual with budget, you prepare flexible budget. Fixed budget you can't compare but with actuals, but flexible budget you can compare with actual, which means you reorganize numbers, budgeted numbers at activity level of 7,000. මෙන්න මෙහෙමයක් අපි කරනවා. මොකද හරි. අපි මෙතනදී කරන්නේ fixed budget එක. You can't compare fixed budget versus actual budget because you are not going to change fixed numbers. Fixed means fixed. Let's say 10,000 and 7,000 is the actual and the fixed activity level. Therefore, 10,000 figures you can't compare with 7,000 figure. Therefore, you reorganize budget at 7,000 level, which is called flexible budget. Then you can compare. Budget එක 7,000 වුණා නම් කොහොම වෙයිද කියලා මෙතන budget figure you recalculated at 7,000 activity level. අන්න ඒකට අපි කියනවා flex budget කියලා. Fix and flex අතර වෙනස ඕක තමයි. Right? Fine. We'll discuss this in detail with numbers when it's come to flexible budget. But we'll go through fixed budget features first. Right? Done. If you read this slide, so this is what I have explained you. Fixed budget remains unchanged. Remains unchanged. Will not change. Regardless of the activity level. When activity level change to 7,000 actual, whereas your budget 10,000, you will not change. Right? Flexible budget are designed to flex with the level of activity. To overcome this weakness, flexible budget you prepare, which means you reorganize budgeted numbers to actual output level. So then you can compare, right? Comparison of fixed budget with actual results from different activity level is little useful for control purpose, right? Flexible budget should be used to show that cost and revenue should have been for actual level of activity. What does that mean? Comparison of fixed budget with actual results from different level of activity is little use. මේ කාර්ය අමාරුයි කරන්නනේ. දැන් ඕන කෙනෙකුට හිතන්න පුළුවන් right. ඔයා බජට් කරේ 10,000 actual 7,000 හරි. ඩිෆරන්ස් එකක් තියෙනවා actual versus budget activity level එකේ. Since there's a difference between different activity levels, cost component ඔයාට compare කරන්න බෑ එකවර. Therefore, it's little use is there. Therefore, always you compare, calculate what? Flexible budget to overcome that weakness. Right? Fine. The master budget prepared before the beginning of the budget period is known as fixed budget. මතකද ඔයාට? අපි calculate කරා first මොකද්ද? functional budget. Functional budget එක එකතු කරලා අපි හදුවා master budget එකක්. Functional budget කියලා කිව්වේ sales budget, production budget. From that you figure out material usage budget, thereafter overhead budget. මේ තමයි functional budget කියලා කිව්වේ. මේ functional budget එක එකතු කරලා අපි master budget එක හදුවා. That master budget we identify as what? Fixed budget. So master budget is the fixed budget. You will never change it. The term fixed has following meanings. Fixed කියන එකේ meaning එක මෙන්න මේකයි. The budget is prepared on the basis of an estimate volume of production and estimate volume of sale. You estimate your production volume and you estimate your sales volume. Based on those estimations, you prepare what? Sales. But no plans are made for events that actual volume of production and sales may differ from budgeted volume. Your actual volume of production may differ from budgeted volumes. That can happen, but no plans are made that the event of actual production volume of production or sales may differ from budget volume. Actual production එකයි budget production එක වෙනස් වෙනකොට there is no plan. මොකද අපි fixed budget එක change කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. When actual volumes of production and sales during the control period are achieved, right? Actual volume of production and sales during the control period. Actual production එකයි sale එකයි during the control period are achieved. Achieve කර a fixed budget is not adjusted. හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. When actual production and sales during the control period are achieved, a fixed budget is not adjusted to new level of activity. මෙන්න ඔයාගේ actual එක 7000 fix එක 10000 fix budget එක මේකට adjust කරන්නේ නැත. Fix means fix. ඒක තමයි meaning එක. Fix budget කියන එකේ meaning එක ඒක. ඔයාගේ level of activity එකත් එක්ක මේක change කරන්න. එහෙම වෙන්නේ right flexible budget එකේදී. Right? Fine. Flexible budget. This is all about fixed budget. එහෙනම් fixed budget කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද in short? ඒක functional budget එක එකතුවක් වෙන master budget එක තමයි අපි fixed budget කියලා කියන්නේ. You start fixed budget at the beginning of the financial year, right? Beginning of the financial year. මේ හදන budget එක අපි මේ තම master budget කියලා කියන්නේ. Master budget එකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ fixed budget කියලා. And you will never adjust budgeted figures, never adjust to compare actual numbers. To compare actual with budget figures, you prepare what? Flexible budget. එහෙනම් හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න features of fixed budget. You will never change the amounts, numbers, volume, activities, anything in fixed budget. Fix means fix. හැදුවා එච්චරයි. Fixed budget එක adjust කරනවා actual එකත් එක්ක compare කරන්න. ඒකට අපි කියන මොකද්ද? Flexible budget. Done. Flexible budget is a budgeted flexible budget is a budget which by recognizing different cost behavior patterns is designed to change the volume of output change. හොඳට බලන්න. මෙන්න මේවා තමයි highlight කරගන්නවා. අපි ඔලුවට දාගන්න. Flexible budget is a budget which recognizing different cost behavior patterns. There you will recognize different cost behavior patterns is designed to change as volume of output change. Volume of output එක change වෙනකොට fixed budget එකත් පොඩ්ඩක් change කරලා ගන්නවා compare කරගන්න, which is called flexible budget. Flexible budgets may be used in two different ways. You can use flexible budget in two different ways, right? At the planning stage, flexible budget use කරන්න in two different ways. One is planning stage. Look at this example. How do you use this? Is at planning stage. Suppose that the company expected to sell 10,000 units. Your expectation is to sell 10,000 units of output during the next year. ඔයා බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා ඊළඟ අවුරුද්දේ 10,000 units විකුණන්න, sell කරන්න, right? During next year, okay? A master budget, the fixed budget, which means fixed budget, always master budget එක කියන්නේ fixed budget එකට, would be appeared on the basis of this expected volume. එහෙනම් master budget එකේ තියෙන්නේ 10,000. Let me erase this and explain you. You are expecting 1st April 2020, 31st March 2021. You are expecting to achieve 10,000 units during this financial year. 10,000 units. So අපි හිතනවා 10,000ක් හදලා විකුණන්න ඕනේ කියලා මෙන්න මෙදාට. මෙන්න මේකට අපි කියනවා මේක බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ year end එක achieve කරන්න. අපි හිතනවා මෙතනදිම right we can achieve this much of sales during this period. මේකට අපි කියනවා fixed budget. එහෙම නැත්නම් master budget. Fixed budget නැත්නම් master budget. Right? Would be prepared on the basis of these expected volumes, right? Fine. However, if the company thinks that output and sales might be as low as 8,000 or as 12,000, අපි හිතනවා, right? Even though we produce, sales will be low 8,000 or higher than 10,000, which is let's say 12,000. 8,000 or 12,000, right? 8,000 or 12,000, right? It may prepare contingency flexible budget at volume of 8,000, 9,000, 11,000 and 12,000. අපි හිතනවා අපි master budget එකේ තියෙන 10,000 output එකක් ගන්න. Our expectation, this is expected output. Expected. But because the market condition, it may be 8,000, so this 10,000 will be 8,000 or more than 10,000, 12,000. Therefore, to compare outputs, you prepare, අපි දන්නේ 8,000 එන්න පුළුවන් 12,000 එන්න පුළුවන්. So you prepare flexible budget at 8,000, 9,000, 11,000 and 12,000. Right? So these activity levels you will considered for flexible budget. At any activity level, what will be the other numbers, cost and all. So this is flexible budget. මේක ඇවිල්ලා flexible budget කියලා කියනවා අපි. This is flexible. So this 10,000 figure you adjusted to 8,000, 9,000, 12,000 and 11,000 and 12,000. So different activity levels you consider when you in flexible budget. Flexible. 8,000 12,000 අතර යන්න පුළුවන්, right? 8,000 ද කීයද? 9,000 ද කීයද? 11,000 ද කීයද? 12,000 ද කීයද? You compare different activity levels. What is the advantage of using flexible budget at the planning stage? මේක කරන්නේ planning stage එකේම. අපි 10,000ක් expect කරනවා, හැබැයි 8,000 වුණොත් කීයද? 9,000 වුණොත් කීයද? 11,000 වුණොත් කීයද? 12,000 වුණොත් කීයද? Under each activity, what is my sales, cost and profit? You can compare at the planning stage. What are the advantages? It is possible to find out well in advance at the planning stage before you come to actuals. Well in advance, the cost of pay, idle time and so on if output fall to shortfall budget. මගේ expectation එක 10,000, මගේ capacity එක, මගේ human resource, මට මිනිස්සු කීයක් ඕනේද, මට සල්ලි කොච්චර ඕනේද, හැම දෙයක්ම මම බජට් කරලා තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ 10,000 කියන level එකේ. හැබැයි 8,000 හරි 9,000 හරි වුණොත් I may have it may create idle time. Hey, මම මිනිස්සු 11 unit output එකේ 10,000ක් ගන්න බෑ මිනිස්සු මං ගාව ඉන්නවා. I have human resource to take this 10,000 output level. But if it's less than 10,000, my human resource will be idle. My capacity will be idle. So what I can do on that? extra capacity, extra people. What decisions I can take? I can plan it in advance. Management can decide it would be possible to find out alternative use of spare capacity. මෙතනදී ඉතුරු වෙන capacity what I can do I have alternatives? Those I can plan. So if the output level increase, so how can I cater to this? Can I find extra human resource, or can I go for a rented building to cater into this extra 1,000 or 2,000? Those decisions you can take in advance. You can be ready for those in advance in flexible budgets. An estimate of the cost of overtime. Then මං මීට වඩා ප්‍රොඩියුස් කරොත් ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකත් එක්ක 10000ට වඩා or 12000 සමහර විට මේ ඉන්න එම්ප්ලොයිස්ලාට වැඩිපුර වැඩ කරන්න වෙයි. මට වැඩිපුර රෙන්ට් එකට බිල්ඩින් එකක් ගන්න වෙයි. What is my extra overtime cost? What is my extra rent cost? Those also you can figure out. Right? Overtime subcontracting. සමහර විට මට subcontract කරන්න වෙයි මේ ඩිමාන්ඩ් එක දෙන්න බැරි වුණාම. මං ගාව තියෙන 10000යි capacity එක මගේ බජට් එක 10,000යි 10,000න් එහාට යන්නේ නැහැ කියන්න බෑනේ. ඔයාට වැඩිපුර ඩිමාන්ඩ් එකක් આવොත් more than budget numbers you will produce. දෙන්න ඔයාට subcontract කරන්න වෙයි කාට හරි. Right? So subcontracting cost. All this matters, right? Subcontracting of extra machine hires if sales volume exceed the budgeted sales figures. Right? So then subcontract cost එක ගැන හිතන්න වෙනවා, additional rent space එකක් ගන්න එක ගැන හිතන්න. All these things matters, right? Fine, done. So those are the advantages of flexible budget at the planning stage. So all these things at the planning stage you can decide. මම budget master budget එක 10000යි, ඒකෙන් වෙනස් වුණොත් මම කොහොමද මගේ plan එක වෙනස් කරගන්නේ? extra capacity එකක් තියෙනවා නැත්නම් capacity එක මදි නම්, වැඩිපුර මිනිස්සු ඕන නම්, overtime යනවා නම් I can plan towards those. Retrospectively වැඩේ උනාට පස්සේ retrospectively there's a use of flexible budget. How can you use it as after that? Right? At the end of each month, control period, right? Or year, flexible budget can be used to compare actual results achieved. Flexible budget you can use to compare actual results achieved with what results should have been under circumstances. You can compare actual versus what has happened. That is retrospectively. So at the end of the financial year you end up with, let's say, 8,000. So you can compare 8,000 actual versus 8,000 flexible, because you have 8,000 flexible budget here, right? So you can compare actual versus 8,000 flexible budget, because these master budget numbers you have adjusted to 8,000. මේ budget එක adjust කරලා තියෙන 8,000 වලට. එහෙනම් මේ flexible budget එක ඔය actual results එකත් එක්ක compare කරන්න පුළුවන්. So you can compare actual results with the flexible budget. So then you can use this as control tool. So what are the advantages if you use this as at the end of the results, which means retrospectively? Management needs to be informed about how good or bad actual performance. Actual performance හොඳයිද නරකයිද ඒක compare කරලා result එක දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Every business is dynamic, which means keep on change, specifically in today's context, because of the COVID-19. අද වෙන දේ හෙට දන්නේ නැහැ. අද වෙන දේ හෙට වේද දන්නේ නැහැ. හෙට වෙන දේ අපිට කියන්න බෑ. Right? Dynamic. An actual volume of output cannot be expected to conform exactly to the fixed budget. Right? එහෙනම් at the end of 31st March වෙන number එක මේ 10,000ත් එක්ක මොනවා වේද කියලා කියන්න බෑ අපිට. Drastically can be changed. Comparing actual cost directly with fixed budget is meaningless. එහෙම වුණාම මේ 8000යි 10000යි කම්පෙයාර් කරන එක meaningless. එහෙනම් මේ 8000ට අදාළ බජට් එක තියෙන්නේ කොහෙද? flexible එකේ. එහෙනම් කම්පෙයාර් කරන්න actual එක. ඔයාලට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඕනේ නම මොකද්ද? flexible budget. For useful control information, it is necessary to compare actual results at the actual activity level. Actual results at the actual activity level achieved against the results that should have been expected at the level of activity. මොකක්ද ඒ කියන්නේ? For useful control information. Useful control information එකකට නම් it is necessary to compare. අනිවාර්යයි. Necessary to compare actual results. Actual results means 8,000, right? At the actual level of activity achieved against the results that should have been expected at this level. Meaningful comparison එකක් වෙන්න නම් actual එක compare කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනි budgeted actual එකත් budgeted flex කරපු එකත් එක්ක. ඒ කියන්නේ 8,000 10,000 compare කරලා meaningless. 8,000 actual එක compare කරන adjusted budget which is flex, right? Adjusted budget figure which is means flexible budget, which are shown by the flexible budget. එහෙනම් ඒ adjusted එක පෙන්නන්නේ මොකේද? flexible budget එකේ. Question. Briefly discuss whether flexible budget are particularly useful to car industry during the recession. Car industry එකකට මේ flexible budget එක useful. Yes. Read the answer. During the recession, the car industry often has to put workers on 3 or 4 hours week, 3 or 4 hours day, so 3 or 4 days a week due to lack of demand. ඔයාට recession period එකේ car manufacturing organization එකක you have to keep your employees 3 or 4 days idle because demand එකක් නැහැ, right? So budget therefore have to be reassessed. Budget එක reassess කරන්න වෙනවා to match, to reduce the production time available, which means when you prepare flex budget you can take a decision. Recession time make I have idle period, my employees will be at home, or whether even they come to office they don't have work. So budget therefore have to be reassessed. ආයෙත් හදන්න reassess to match the reduced production time available. So it is important for car manufacturer to use flexible budget in that way, right? Fine. So in production budget, so flexible budget, we can when we prepare production flexible budgets, we have to use high-low method that we have discussed in chapter number 3, I believe. I can't remember chapter number. High-low method අපි ඉගෙන ගත්තා එතනදී. Take the highest activity level and the cost associated with that level, and take the lowest activity level and cost associated with that, and figure out variable cost. By using high-low method, you are going to figure out what? Variable cost specifically, right? We are going to figure out variable cost. මෙතන ගානක් තියෙනවා අපි හදලා බලමු, right? So flexible budget uses the principle of marginal costing. Flexible budget වල අපි use කරන concept එක තමයි marginal cost එක. ඒ කියන්නේ how do we calculate variable cost when you have fixed cost, total cost. Total cost එක දීලා තියෙද්දි two different activity level දෙකක how do we figure out variable, how do we segregate variable cost and the fixed cost. So flexible budget uses the principle of marginal costing, which means variable cost. In estimating future cost, which does not mean that you are ignoring fixed cost, but we use marginal cost concept to figure out variable cost from total cost. In other words, to differentiate fixed cost and the variable cost. In estimating future cost, it is often necessary to begin by looking at the cost behavior in the past. When you estimate future cost, it is important to look at history, past, and understand cost behavior of past financial years. Based on those behaviors, only you can forecast future cost behaviors. That is important to understand what has happened in history when you figure out future numbers. For costs which are wholly fixed or wholly variable, no problem. Sampurna fixed cost nang, sampurna variable cost nang prashnayak naha. It is easy for you to figure out future fixed cost and the variable cost. But you may be presented with the cost which appears to have behavior in the past mixed cost, partial fixed, partial variable. මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ එන්නේ, the problem is when cost is semi variable or semi fixed, right? Part of the total cost will be fixed and the rest, the balance part of it will be variable. So then you have a problem. If it is completely fixed or completely variable, there is no problem. But the problem is when you have part of fixed cost and part of the variable cost in total cost. So then we have to use what? High-low method may be used in estimating the level of such a cost in future period. Future period එකේ cost එක decide කරන්න, estimate කරන්න, we are using what? High-low method in that case. Right? So there are 3 steps when you figure out variable cost, when you differentiate variable cost from fixed cost. A. To estimate fixed cost and the variable cost, element of semi-variable cost, record the cost in previous period are reviewed and the cost of the 2 periods are selected. එහෙනම් periods දෙකක ගන්නවා අපි cost එක. මොන periods දෙකද ගන්න අපි? The period with the highest volume of output and the period with lowest volume of output. අපි ගන්නවා ඉස්සලම highest volume එක තියෙන period එක මොකද්ද? lowest volume තියෙන period එක මොකද්ද? අපි ගණන් කතා කරනවා බලමු. That is number 1. ඉස්සරම හොයා ගන්න ඕනේ මොන period එකද වැඩිම output එකක් තියෙන්නේ, මොන period එකද අඩුම output එකක් තියෙන්නේ. That you have to figure out first. B. The difference between total cost of high output and the total cost of low output will be variable cost of the different period differences in the output level. The difference between total cost of high output, difference between total cost of high output and the total cost of low output will be the variable cost of the difference in output levels. Since same fixed cost is included in each total cost. The variable cost per unit may be calculated from this. Making up calculate karna මොකද? Variable cost per unit, difference in total cost divided by difference in output level, and fixed cost may be then also be determined total cost at early output level minus variable cost for output level chosen. ඔක තමයි 3 steps ටික. බලන්න මේ calculation example එක. ඔය කතන්දරයට වඩා මේකෙන් ඔයාලට හොඳට තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් the story. Right. Example, the cost of operating the maintenance department, cost of operating maintenance department of a television manufacturer for the last 4 months have been as follows. Month 1, 2, 3, 4 cost they have given for each month and production volume they have given. Calculate the cost that should be expected in the month 5 when output is expected to be 7,500 units. Ignore inflation. Inflation එක අයින් කරලා අපිට දීලා තියෙනවා months 4ක cost එකයි production volume එකයි. By using high-low method you have to calculate what? Total cost in month of 5th month when output level expected to be 7,500 units. Fine. අපිට පළවෙනි දේ මොකද්ද? A steps තුනයි තියෙන්නේ. A take units and the value. What are the units and value? High output and low output. High low ne? High output එකයි low output එකයි. Take these two. High output, highest output එක තියෙන්නේ කීයද? 8,000 නේ? 8,000. 8,000. 8,000 වල cost එක 1,150 which means 1.15 million. 8,000 unit වෙලාවේ value එක. Right? And 6,000 වෙලාවේ lowest එක 6,000 නේ. Lowest එක 6,000. High low method කියන්නේ මේකයි. ඒකෙදි cost එක 970,000. So there the cost 970,000. High low method එකේ කියනවා පළවෙනිම දේ first we have to take highest output level which is 8,000 out of 7,000, 8,000, 7,700, 6,000 out of those 4 months. Highest output is there during the month of second month, yeah. 8,000. ඒකට cost එක 1.15 million. එහෙනම් අපි ඉස්සලම ගන්න ඕනේ highest output එකයි ඒකට දාලා value එකයි. cost එක. Then take the lowest output which is 6,000 out of these 4. ඒකට දාලා cost එක 970,000. 970,000. Right? 970,000. Then take the difference. Here 180,000 difference. 180,000. So here difference is 2,000. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ ඔයාගේ this is the total cost. Total cost. This is total cost. Right? And when you increase output level from 6,000 to 8,000, 6,000 to 8,000, your total cost will be increased by this much. How much? 180,000. හොඳට අහගන්න. 6,000 සිට 8,000 දක්වා වැඩි වෙනකොට when your output level increase from 6,000 to 8,000, your total cost will be increased by 970 to 1,150. When activity level change, cost change means that is variable cost. එහෙනම් units 2,000කින් වැඩි වෙනකොට 1,80,000කින් 180,000 වලින් වැඩි උනේ variable cost. Right? Variable cost. මේ variable cost එක. Right? Then B දෙවනි step එක මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ අපි? Substantiating in either higher or lower volume of cost, right? You have to substantiate in either high or low. High or low, කොහොම හරි කමන්නේ. Low volume cost. Right? මේක අපි කරා. C. You can estimate cost දැන් ඔයා මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ එතකොට? දැන් මෙතන high low කීයද ආවේ? C එකට යන්න කලින් high low method දෙයක් තියෙනවා, right? So here total cost how much? 150. මෙහෙම අපි variable cost එක හොයාගන්න යන්නේ. අපි නැත්නම් මෙහෙම දාමු. calculate variable cost. මේ නිකන් බරපතල වැඩි වගේනේ. calculate variable cost. So this is total cost, no? This is total cost. Total cost එක හොයාගන්න ඕනේ variable cost එක. මේ variable cost එක 180,000 units 2000කටනේ. එහෙනම් variable cost per unit 2000කින් වැඩි වුණොත් 1,80,000යි නම් 180,000 divided by 2,000. 90. Variable cost per unit 90. තේරුණානේ? 6,000 විඳලා 8,000 වලට 2000කින් වැඩි වෙනකොට variable total cost increase from 970 to 150, which means variable cost only will be increased. This is the total difference of variable cost per unit. This is the way you figure out. එහෙනම් variable cost 100 මෙන්න මේ cost එක තියෙන වෙලාවේ unit out 8,000 නේ. 8,000 into 90 මෙන්න variable cost එක. 1.15 million වලදී activity level එක 8,000. එහෙනම් 8,000 වලට දාලා cost එක කීයද? 720,000. Same here. මෙතන අපි කොහොමද ගන්නෙ? 8,000 into මෙතන 6,000 into 90 variable cost. 540,000. Total cost එකේ variable cost එක අඩු කරපුවම වෙනවා මොකද? Fixed cost. Fixed cost එක සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ නේද? බලමු එහෙම වෙනවද කියලා. $430. $150 minus 720, 430. දැන් තේරෙනවනේ. Fixed cost එක සමානයි activity level දෙකේම. Variable cost will be change. Then ඔය variable cost per unit දන්නවා. You know variable cost per unit. Now the question is what? අපිට calculate කරන්න ඕන total cost එක when activity level 7,500. 7,500 නම් activity level. Variable cost 7,500 into 90. 7,500 into 90. 675,000. 675,000. Fixed cost will not change. 430,000. 430,000 plus 430,000. 1,001,05,000. So this is the total cost when activity level 7,500. So high-low method will use to figure out variable cost per unit by considering highest output level and the lowest output level, and the cost at highest output level and the cost at lowest output level. Thereafter you can calculate fixed cost at each activity level. That will not change. So by using variable cost per unit and total fixed cost, you can calculate, you can forecast cost at whatever the activity level. This is called high-low method. High-low method. Done. So there's a question. Try this. They are asking again, calculate the total electricity in July, electricity cost of July, if 2750 units of electricity are consumed using high-low method and following information. Right? We'll do it. So I will erase these numbers. Right. You have to take highest unit, and the lowest. Highest unit 2600, 2800, 2500, 3200, 2100 and 2200. So highest 3000, right? 3000 units. At that point, cost how much? Value, cost. Cost how much? When it's 3220. 220, and the lowest is 2100, right? 2100 lowest unit consumed. At that point, total cost electricity was 184,000. 184,000. So take the change of activity level. When units increased to 3000 from 2100, 900 increase. So here 220 minus 104, 84, 36, which means cost will be increased by 36,000 when units increase by 900. You know, first calculate what? Variable cost per unit. මේක අපි high low method එකේ පළවෙනි දෙන්නේ 36000 for 900 divide by 900. $40, right? 40. B, calculate variable cost. You can figure out variable cost now. So what is the total cost? When at high and low. Total cost at highest activity level 220, lowest 184. Variable cost. Fixed cost and variable cost together. Variable cost at 220 level unit 3000 into 40. අපි සම්පූර්ණ ගණන ලියමු. $120,000. they are 2100 into 40, 84,000. So here fixed cost 220 minus 120, 100,000. 184,000 minus 84,000, 100,000. So total cost will not change. 100,000, fixed cost will not change. 100,000, 100,000. Variable cost and fixed cost you can calculate like this. Now, so this is B, sorry, I forgot. B, this is C. The question is what? Calculate total electricity cost when you consumed 2750 units during whatever the month, right? Cost at 2750 level. Variable cost 2750 into 40, $111,000, sorry, 110,000. Fixed cost will not change at any given activity level, 100,000. Total cost 210,000. So this is the total cost by using high-low method. හරි ලේසිනේ. high-low method එක අපි chapter number 3 එකෙත් ඉගෙන ගත්තා, මෙතනත් ඉගෙන ගත්තා. budgeting වලත් ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. right? මෙතන වැඩිම අවධානයක් දෙන්න ඕනේ මෙන්න මේ කැලේ දෙකට. වැඩිම ලොකුම activity level එකේ cost එකයි අඩුම activity level එකේ cost එක ගත්තා. difference එක ගත්තා. variable cost per unit හෙව්වා. apply කරා මෙතෙන්න variable cost එක ගත්තා. fixed cost එක. right? fine. done. Another question is there. Try this very important question again. Right? Here, prepare a budget for 2016 or whatever the year for direct labor cost and overhead expenses of production department at the activity level of 80%, 90% and 100%. There are three activity levels. Using the information listed below. They have given you at three activity levels, 80%, 90% and 100%. The direct labor rate is expected to be 37.5. 100% activity represent 60,000 direct labor. Variable cost, direct labor, indirect labor 7.5 per direct labor hour. Consumable supplies 37.5 per direct labor hour. Canteen and other welfare, how much? Canteen and other welfare 6% of indirect labor. And yeah, semi-variable are expected to relate to the direct labor hours in same manner for last 5 years. So last 5 years direct labor and semi-variable cost they have given. So then you have to calculate fixed part of that semi-variable and variable part of it. Fixed overhead per labor hour rate, 100% capacity, depreciation, maintenance, insurance, rates, management, salaries they have given, ignoring inflation. Calculate budget cost allowance expected expenditure in 2006 assuming 57,000 direct labor hours, right? Assuming 57,000 direct labor hours are used. So part B, forget it. Part A, you have to calculate what? Prepare a budget. You have to prepare a budget for 2006. So there are 3 activity levels. Let me erase this first. Prepare a budget for, we have to prepare a budget for 2006 for the direct labor cost and overhead expenditure of a production department at the activity level of 80, 90 and 100. So there are 3 activity levels, 80, 90 and 100. 3 activity levels they have given, right? So we have direct labor hours, hourly rate is expected to be 37.5, okay, and 100% activity level represent 60 direct labor hours. Direct labor hours, 100% activity level 60,000 or 6,000, yeah, 60,000, 60,000 hours. So if 100% activity level 60,000 means 90,000 you give 60,000 into 90, very simple, 54,000 hours. Labor hours at 100% capacity, right, activity represent 60,000. 100 වලට 60 and 90 වලට 54,000. Then 80% වලට කීයද? මේකෙන් 80% ගන්න. 60 into 80%, 48,000 hours. Done. අපි හොයාගත්ත hours ගන්න under each and every activity level. Then direct labor cost එක දැන් අපිට හොයන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Direct labor hours ටික දුන්නා direct labor cost. Cost 40 at how direct labor hourly rate 37.5 at at 37.5 into 48 hours, 48,000 hours, 1.8 million. 37.5 cover ekkada hours 48,000. 37.5 into 48,000, 1.8. 37.5 into 54,000 hours, 2.2025 million. 2.025 million. 60,000 into 37.5. Here 60,000 into 37.5, 2.25 million. 2.25 million labor cost. Then variable cost, we have indirect labor. This is prime cost and direct cost. Indirect labor. Indirect labor 7.5 per labor hour, no? 7.5. 7.5 into 48,000. 0.36 million. මිලියන්ස් වලින් ගත්තොත් 7.5 වැඩි කරනවා 48000 වලින් 54000 into 7.5 0.05 million 0.05 million sorry 405 million 7.5 million into 60,000 0.45 million, which means 0.45 million. This is indirect labor, right? Then consumable supply. Consumable supply 37.5 million, sorry 37.5 per direct labor. Direct labor ඒක වැඩි කරන at 37.5 මේකටම 37.5 එහෙනම් 37.5 into 48 hours මේ numbers තුනමයිනේ 1.8 million 2.2025 million 2.25 million right එකත් ගත්තා අපි canteen and other canteen and other they said canteen and other welfare service 6% of direct and indirect labor 6% of direct and indirect labor 1.8 plus indirect labor 0.36 into 6% කියලා කියනවා. එහම කියනනේ අපිට 6% of total direct and indirect labor. බලන්න එකතු කරලා 1.5 plus 0.36 into 1.3 million. %, right? One direct and indirect labor. Direct labor this much, indirect labor this much. $1.3. Give me a second. Yeah, 60% actually. 60%. It should be 60%. Sorry, not 6%. 60%. So here 2.205025 plus 0.4 indirect labor 0.5 into 6. 1.46. Change 6% to 60%. It should be 60% welfare, right? 60%. Then 2.25 plus 0.45 into 60%, 1.62 million. So if you take some total variable cost, you can take out. Total variable cost. Right? එතනින් හරි ඉවරයි right. Semi variable cost එක පස්සේ අපි add කරමු. Right? Total variable cost 1.8 plus 0.36 plus 1.8 plus 1.3. 5.26. 2.025 plus 2.025 plus 5.92. 2.25 plus 0.5 plus 2.25 plus 1.62, 6.57 millions, millions. So this is total variable cost. Then semi-variable cost. To calculate semi-variable cost, we have to figure out what? High-low method. So I will use somewhere here space, right? High-low method. Don't take all the activity levels, we will take one activity level, right? So then it is easy. High hour, so they have given us number of hours and the variable cost, semi-variable cost. Hours and variable cost. So cost, let's say cost, right? Highest activity level එකේ high and low නේ අපිට ගන්න ඕනේ. Highest activity level, how many hours? 64,000. Yeah, 64,000. At that point cost 2,080. Lowest is 40,000, right? 40,000 and 1,600 is the cost. Take the difference. $24,000 480. So this is the variable cost. Sorry, difference. Now calculate variable cost. This is A. B. Calculate variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit. Total 480,000 divided by 24,000. This we have done 20, right? Then C, so what is our activity level? We need to calculate we need to calculate variable cost and fixed cost. Take activity level 64,000. At this level, hours, when you have this much of hours, total cost 280, variable cost 20 into 64,000. High-low method, 20 into 64,000. 1,280. 800 is the total cost. 800 is the total fixed cost. ඔන්න අපි variable cost එක fixed cost එක හොයාගත්තා. දැන් අපිට දාන්න ඕනේ මොකද්ද? semi variable cost. Variable cost per unit 20. 20 into hours 48,000 now. කීයද? 0.96. Variable cost per unit. Yeah. So here you have to take semi-variable cost, variable cost portion 0.96, correct. 20 into 54,000, 1.08 million, and 20 into 1.2 million. Fixed cost portion of it, semi fixed cost. always 0.8. 0.8, 0.8 million, 0.8 million. Right, done. Thereafter we have cost of what? Fixed overhead cost. Fixed overhead cost. This is semi-fixed cost and semi-variable cost. From high-low method we have figure out it. Now we have depreciation, maintenance, insurance, rates, management salaries. These are fixed cost, right? Depreciation at 100% capacity level, 100% capacity level, which means 60,000 level. May fixed cost have 100% capacity level. 100% capacity, 100% activity level. So 100% activity level 60,000 into 30, 1.8. 1.8. Again I think fixed ne වෙනස් වෙන්නේ 1.8. හැමතැනම මේක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Alignment you have to be careful. 1.8, 1.8, 1.8. මේක කොහොමද වාගත්තේ? active level 60,000 into 30. එහෙම ගන්න. Right? Maintenance again same. 60,000 into 20 because activity 100%. 100% again 60,000. 1.2 million. So here maintenance 1.2. Right? 60,000 into 30. Insurance 10. 10 කියන්නේ 0.6 නේ. 60,000 into 10. 0.6. 0.6. Rates 25. 25 එකකින් වැඩි කරන්න දැන්. තේරෙනවද 1.5. 1.5. 60,000 into 25. Make a 60,000 into 10. Management salary 40. 2.4. 60,000 into 40. 2.4. 2.4. So now total cost. Total cost. How much? Take the fixed part, then you no need to add every time. 1.8, 1.2, 0.6, 1.5, 2.4. 7.5 the total. You can add 7.5 to these two. Plus 0.96 plus 0.8 plus 5.26. 14.52. 14.52. 7.5 plus 0.8 plus 1.08 plus 5.92. 15.3. Right? 6.57 plus 1.2 plus 0.8 plus 7.5. 16.07. So these are total budget. It's a comprehensive question. This is what we have learned as new part, and calculate semi-variable cost, semi-finished cost. These are straightforward. Right? Done. What is next? Fixed budget and budgetary control. How do you use this as flexible budget. This is always flexible budget. Flexible budget එක අපි using high low method අපි කතා කරේ හැම වෙලේම flexible budget එක. Flexible budget එක use කරලා high low method එක use කරලා අපි calculate කරනවා semi variable cost semi fixed cost එක. Right? High low method use කරලා. දැන් අපි කතා කරන්නේ how now we are going to discuss how can we use flexible budget. Right? Flexible budget එක how can we use as what? Budgetary control tool. Right? Fine. The difference between component of fixed budget and the actual results of the fixed budget and the actual results are known as budget variance. අපි කියනවා difference between fixed budget එකයි actual එක අතර වෙනස budget variance. මේ ඇවිල්ලා budget figures. මේකයි actual එක අතර වෙනස කියලා budget variance එක කියලා. The wrong approach to budgetary control is to compare actual results against fixed. The ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන අපි කතා කරන්නේ මුලදීම fixed budget එකේදී අපි කතා කරා you cannot compare fixed budget versus actual results because fixed budget you have a different activity level and actual activity level again different. Fixed budget එකේ එන එක master budget එකේ එන activity level එක actual එකත් එක්ක difference. So you can't compare. For us to compare budget versus actual, we need to prepare flexible budget. How do we use it? How do we use flexible budget as control tool? අපි තාම compare කරේ නැහැනේ. අපි නිකන් flexible budget එකද විතරයි. දැන් අපි කරන්න යන්නේ flexible budget එක කොහොමද actual results එකත් එක්ක compare කරන්නේ කියන එක. Because fixed budget you can't compare with actual. That is completely wrong. Two different activity levels you can't compare. You have to bring budget also to actual level. Actual එක results එකත් එක්ක බලන budget එක actual එකට ගෙනවොත් කොහොමද කියලා flexible budget එක හදලා. Then you can compare. Right? Fine. Go through this question till I erase this board. So then we can start. Right. Read this question. You have budget level, budget actual results and the variations they have given. Right? So this question they have given, budget they have given. Right, good example. I didn't see this properly, right? Fine. Sorry. So this wrong method they have explained here. Budget, look at this. Budget 2000, actual 3000, variation favorable or adverse they have given. How they have interpreted this? Budgeted sales revenue 20,000, actual sales 30. So then sales actual 10,000 favorable. Fine. But direct material at budget activity level 6,000. Actual activity level 8,500. Then you say adverse. You can't say like this. Why? Because material 6,000 is for at which level? 20,000 activity level. Whereas 8,500 is at 30,000 activity level. එහෙනම් 6,000 තියෙන්නේ 20,000 activity level එකේ 8,000 raw material තියෙන්නේ 30,000 activity level එකේ. So since activity levels are different, you can't compare direct labor, direct material. You can't compare. So in this way, if you figure out variation, this is completely wrong. That's why you can see cross mark in the right corner. Correct approach to be identify fixed and variable cost and thereafter produce flexible budget using marginal costing technique. You have to prepare flexible budget to compare actual versus budget. So always budget you can't compare with fixed. Always you have to figure out flexible budget. Then only you can compare flexible budget versus actual results. So this comparison is completely wrong. So if you have given, if examiner give you fixed budget figures as well as actual figures, don't try to compare because activity levels are different. ඔයාට කියන්න බෑ 4000 and 4500 compare කළ 5000 adverse කියලා, because two different activity levels, right? Fine. Now look at this question. So then you will understand easily, right? Fine. මේක බලන්න, මේක කියවම ඔයාලට තේරෙනවා. The question, the budget and actual results of crunch for a September was shown here. The company uses marginal costing system. There were no opening or closing inventories. Budgeted fixed budget they have given 1000 and actual 7000 they have given. So sales given at actual level and the budget level, and the variable cost, direct material, direct labor, variable overhead cost they have given. Thereafter contribution and fixed cost also given, profit also they have given. Now they are asking us to compare budget that will be useful for management control purpose. දැන් මෙතන ඔයා කරන්න යන්නේ මොකද්ද? If you compare directly budgeted unit 1000, actual 700, adverse. වැරදි. Sales 20,000, 14,200. 20,000 minus 14,200, actual අඩුයි. Adverse. එහෙම ගන්න එක වැරදි. Direct material 8,000 minus 5,200, අඩුයි actual. එහෙනම් favorable. එහෙම ගන්න බෑ. So here what you need to do, you have a fixed budget here, right? මෙන්න මේවා කරන්න comparison purpose, right? Fixed budget. Fixed budget එක වාගේ තියෙනවා. There you have 1000 units and the 1000 units. There you have 1000 units. What you need to do, you calculate per unit value. Per unit value. මෙන්න මේක හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. Per unit. Thereafter, you have to prepare flex budget, flexible budget. At what level? Actual level එක 700, අන්නේ actual level එකේදී flexible budget එක 700 unit වලට. This is new. New in the sense you have to derive this, right? Flexible budget. Then you can compare that with what? Actuals. Here you have actuals. Here you have actuals. Actual unit how much? 7,700 units. After that you can calculate variance, favorable or adverse. Favorable or adverse. This can be calculated thereafter. Now, if you take number 1, sales, take sales. Sales value they have given when units 10,000 units, sales value 20,000. 20,000. Per unit value then? Per unit value. $20,000 divided by 1,000. 20. 20. Right? හැම වෙලේම per unit එක හොයාගන්න. Thereafter now what you can do, right? Actuals also they have given. Actuals also they have given, right? Actual, you know, 14,200. Balaganda. 200. Don't do this mistake. Right. 20,000 is the total sales, actual budget sale, actual sale 14,200. Therefore, 20,000 minus 14,200, 5,800 adverse. This is completely wrong. මේව බෑ. Because two different activity levels. මේ budget එක දැන් හදාගන්න flexible budget එක නෙමෙයි. Budgeted per unit sale value 20 into 700. budgeted activity level එක 700ක් වුණා නම් sale එක වෙන්නේ 14000යි. දැන් බලන්න compare කරලා 14,000 is the budgeted flexible sales, actual 14,200. 200 favorable. එහෙම බැලුවොත් ඔයාලට පේනවා 200 වලින් sales favorable කියලා. 200 වලින් sale එක favorable. Same thing. Thereafter variable cost. Variable cost. How do you calculate variable cost? Direct material 8,000. You have direct material, thereafter you have direct labor, and you have variable overhead. These are the variable cost you have. When your budgeted level activity level 1,000, total variable cost direct material 8,000. Direct labor 4,000. Variable overhead 2,000. Right? Per unit. Calculate per unit value. හැම එකම 1000න් බෙදන්න තියෙන්නේ. 8 4 2. 8 4 2. So total per unit variable cost how much? 8යි 4යි 12යි 14යි. Variable cost 14. Now if per unit budgeted cost you have, then you can calculate flexible total direct material, direct labor and variable production overhead by multiplying 8 into 7, 100, 506, 5,600 and 700 into 4, 2,800, 2,800, 700 into 2, 1,400. So these are the flex budget numbers. So by using fixed budget, you converted fixed budget into flex budget, 700 activity level. So then actuals they have given straight away, right? 5,200, then 3,100 and 1,500. 1,500. So now actual output level 700 and flexible also 700. Activity level change, then you can do the comparison. Flexible budget එකේදී 700 වෙනකොට units ගන්න 5,600 is the expected cost, but actually you incurred 5,200. Favorable. වාසිදායකයි 400ක්. 4,000 favorable. You expected 2,800 at flexible budget level when active level 700, but actual output level 700 වලදී labor වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා 3,100 වලට 2,800 300 adverse වැඩි වෙලා. Variable production overhead මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ 1,400 වල ඉඳන් 1,500 වලට වැඩි වෙලා 100 adverse. 100 adverse, right? 100 වලින් adverse වෙලා. So total variable cost we have here 14,000. Here total variable cost 5,600, 2,800, 1,400, 9,800. Actuals 9,800 right, 9,800. So if you want, you can calculate now contribution, because they have calculated contribution. What is the contribution equation? Sales minus variable cost. So sales, budgeted sales 20,000 minus 14,000, 6,000. Contribution 6,000, right? So here contribution 14,000 minus 9,800, 4,200 contribution, right? Here contribution 14,200 minus 9,800, 4,400. Total variable cost equal. Huh? So then what has happened? 4,200 is the expected contribution, but it has been increased to this much. So you have 200 favorable variation. මෙතනින් ගන්නත් පුළුවන් ඔයාලට මේ 600 favorable දෙකක් තියෙනවා minus 400 200 favorable මේ මෙතන ඇවිල්ලා 600 favorable මෙතන 400 favorable adverse මේ දෙකේ වෙනස ඇවිල්ලා 200 favorable. So this is how you can use flexible budget for control purpose, comparison purpose. Fixed budget you can't use, it is meaningless. Profit, sorry, you have fixed cost, how much? 5,000, right? Here 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Now we don't take per unit fixed cost and convert it to 700 activity level, because 1000 ඉඳන් 700ට අඩු වුණා කියලා flex කරා කියලා fixed cost will not change. So here per unit fixed cost meaningless. Don't take it. Take 5,000 as total fixed cost. තේරුණානේ? දැන් සමහර කෙනෙක් හිතන්න පුළුවන් අර හැම cost එකම per unit එකව per unit වල 700 වැඩි කරා කියලා. එහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන්, but fixed cost එකට එහෙම කරන්න බෑ. Units 1000 fixed cost එක 5000යි, unit 7,700 ලා fixed cost එක 5000යි. Will not change. Budget fixed cost. But actual fixed cost can be changed, which is 5,400. එන fixed cost එක වැඩි වෙලා adverse 400. Adverse. Right? So then you can calculate what? Profit. Here budgeted activity level, when it is 1,000, your profit 1,000 that they have given. Under flexible budget level, contribution minus 800 loss. You have 800 loss and 1,000 loss here. Actually you have 1,000 loss that they have given. So here profit, if you take 200 adverse, 800 minus to this, compare karot adverse. Here also you can figure out it. Contribution 200 favorable, then fixed cost adverse 400, so then 200 adverse variation is there. Fine. So this is how you can use budget as controlling purpose. හොඳටම තියාගන්න, comparison between fixed to actual meaningless. Meaningless. Therefore you can't do this. 1,000 units output you can't compare with 700 output. That's why you convert budget into flexible budget, fixed budget into flexible budget, then flexible budget you compare with actual results. You restate budgeted figures at 700 activity level. You restate these budgeted figures at 700 level, which is the actual level. So then you compare with actual results. Then you can use this as controlling tool. Right? Fine. So finally, you have adverse profit variation. Right? 200. Done. So that's how you can use flexible budget as budgetary control tool mechanism, right? Fine. Factors to be, right, factors to consider when preparing flexible budget. ෆ්ලෙක්සිබල් බජට් එකක් හදනකොට අපි යූස් කරන්න ඕනේ ෆැක්ටර්ස් මොනවද? අපි සලකා බලන්න ඕනේ ෆැක්ටර්ස් මොනවද? Number 1. Read this first. The mechanics of flexible budget, flexible budget are in theory fairly straightforward. In practice, however, there are a number of points that must be considered before figures are flexed. ඔයාලට නිකන් දැක්කපු ගමන් ලස්සන හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? Fix එකෙන් flex එකට හරවන විදිය. But practically when you do this, when you convert fixed budget into flexible budget, these factors to be considered. Number 1, a separation of cost into their fixed and variable element is not always straightforward. When we convert fixed cost into fixed and variable elements, fixed cost එකයි variable cost එකයි elements වලට කඩනකොට separation of cost into fixed and variable cost, that is not straightforward. එහෙම straightforward නෑ. Practically there can be issues, right? Those are factors when you should consider when you convert fixed into flex. Fixed cost may behave in step line fashion as activity level increase decrease. Fixed cost always step line. සාමාන්‍ය fixed cost එක මෙහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? Fixed cost එක මෙහෙම ගිහලා මේ step line. When activity level change, right? Let's say 7,700 to 900, fixed cost will be increased. Step line එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැම වෙලේම මෙහෙමම නෑ දිගටම. මේක step line එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. That is also you have to consider when you convert fix into flex. Right? Third one. Accountant must be taken of assumptions upon which the original fixed budget was based. හැම වෙලේම අපිට ගන්න original fixed budget is the based. Such assumption might include constraint posed by limiting factor, rate of inflation, judgment about future uncertainty and demand for organization product, so and so. Which means always we consider in this case fixed budget as the base, and based on that you prepare flex budget. But sometimes assumptions such as inflation, limiting factor, judgment about future uncertainty, those things we are ignoring here, right? මොකද අපි හැම වෙලේම fix එකක් ඉදිරියට ගන්නේ, base එක ඉදිරියට ගන්නේ fixed budget එක. Assumptions we are not considering. So those are the factors to be considered when you convert fix into flex, which means when you compare fixed budget and the flex budget. Summary of budgeting. Make a summary එක මොකක්ද? Right? In short, a fixed budget will not change. Fixed budget will not change to take into account variation in the production, sales or expenses actually experience. A flexible budget can do this by adjusting expected total cost of level of production achieved. Original budget based on the given volume is flex to actual volume by analyzing budget cost over budget volume and multiplying actual units produced. ඒකෙදි කියන්නේ fixed budget එක base කරන flex budget එක හදන්න, fixed budget එක base කරන unit per unit output එක හදාගන්න. From that you can figure out flexible budget and compare. ඕක තමයි කතන්දරේ ඉතින්. In short, you don't compare fixed versus actual because two different activity levels. Convert fixed into flexible and compare with the actual to take variation. I am repeating the same. Fine. This can be tested. Done. Disadvantage of budgeting. Right? Before we come to this disadvantage slide, I wanted to summarize entire learning outcome, right, of this method. So what we have discussed from the beginning, right, if I remind you, we started this journey with functional budget, right? Yeah. We have discussed this with functional budget. Thereafter, so let me erase this and explain. The entire budgeting journey I am explaining. I will not take much more time. This is to summarize the entire chapter. Right? First we have started with functional budget. Where we have prepared sales budget, production, material, usage and overhead budget. So functional budget we converted into master budget. There you had P&L, balance sheet and cash budget. Cash budget. So this is number one. මේක තමයි පළවෙනි ඉගෙන ගත්තේ. Thereafter we have discussed after all these things, master budget, we have started to discuss forecasting. There we have discussed moving average method. Right? How do you use moving average method as forecasting tool? So then when there is a seasonal impact, how do we take all these things we have discussed, right? And multiplication model, all these things we went through, right? Multiplicative model. Then we have discussed least square method, right? Least square method. Method as what? Forecasting tool. So there we have discussed this equation y samanai a dana bx. මතකද? Y equal a plus bx. So there b is the regression. This is regression method, right? Linear square method. So these two we have discussed for what? Forecasting purpose. Thereafter there we have discussed correlation coefficient also. Efficient in forecasting. Thereafter we started to discuss what? Third one, today's topic, which is fixed and flexible budget. Fixed and flexible. Fixed and flexible budgets. So this is what we have discussed today. There you have discussed high-low method. to calculate when there is semi-variable cost, right? After high-low method, we have discussed budget as control tool. What we have discussed there, you have to convert fixed budget into flexible budget, then you compare with actual. Compare and identify variations. Identify variance. So this is what we have discussed in short in budgeting chapter. In addition to that, we have discussed during this journey, we have discussed many calculations related to each and every. So keep this snapshot in your mind and go for the exam. So then entire budgeting chapter we can say we have covered. So coming back to the last slide of the budgeting chapter, disadvantage of budgeting. It's time consuming and costly. This can be tested in MCQ paper nicely. Advantage no, what are the disadvantage? List what is the disadvantage? Select the correct disadvantage of budgeting. Kind of question that can be tested. That's why I am going into this detail. Time consuming, yes, it is time consuming to do all these things, and it has some cost because you have to recruit people, you have to invest time. Time means cost, right? If management have not been involved, then they may accept and they may accept and accept the budget set. If management have not been involved, some keeper then khadana budget taker. The entire management do not aware about this activity. Then what will happen? They may accept the budget and set. Accept the budget set. Argue karanne puluwan da bedi kiyala danna oy wara gannawa. That can happen. Dissatisfaction, defensiveness and low morale among employees. අයියෝ මෙච්චර සේල් එකක් ගහන්න බෑ, මේ නම්බර් එකට යන්න බෑ, dissatisfaction මේක achieve කරේ නැත්නම් අපි fail කියලා සලකන්නේ. So employee dissatisfaction can be created through what? Budgeting. The feeling of team spirit may disappear. Team spirit කියන එක disappeared වෙනවා. අපි මොකටද මේ අනිත් overhead ගැන worry වෙන්නේ? අපි sale එක ගහගෙන ඉමු, අපිට වැඩක් නැහැ, අපි sale එක ගෙවුවොත් අපි දිනුම් එච්චරයි. ටීම් එකක් විදිහට යන්න තියෙන පුළුවන්. මේක අද විදිහට අනිත් විදිහට මේක කරන්න පුළුවන්. බජට් එකක් හදලා ටීම් එකක් විදිහට achieve කරනවා ඒ goal එක. That's also possible. That can also people can argue for both way, right? The acceptance of organizational goals and objectives could be limited. අපි බජට් එකක් පස්සේ දෙනවා, but we are not worrying about organization long term goals. There are opportunities in the market to grab, but we are not worrying about it. We go behind these budget figures. This is budget for which that we need to achieve. This is budget cash that we need to have. So we go behind those numbers while ignoring all other market opportunities. There are some growth opportunities, but we are not worrying about it. We chase behind the budget. So these are few disadvantages of budgeting. So my recommendation is go through this entire video and don't stick to this video. We can give you some not limited comprehensive knowledge about each and every chapter through videos, but it is important to go and see the chapter study pack also and compare with this. So most of these learning outcomes I have taken from your study pack. Most of the slides also from your study pack. Why? Because exam is testing questions from your study pack, no? Right? After this, when we do some MCQ questions or some model questions, so those I will take it from ACC exam, that is your parallel exam. So that will help you to pass this exam. Okay, with all of these, this is the end of budgeting chapter. We will meet again with new learning outcome under different chapter. Thank you.